In January of 2017, my wife and I learned that I was not actually paranoid. There was, in fact, an a-hole trying to kill me. It just happened to be my own. It was a Thursday when I learned that colorectal cancer was an actual thing, and that I had it. It turns out that it was just a little colon and mostly rectal. We have what may seem to be an odd tradition in my family. We celebrate bad news. The theory behind this is that good news brings its own celebration. It is with the bad news that you need to put in the extra effort, to rally your friends and family around you for support, kind of like an Irish wake. So straight from the hospital, we drove home, picked up the kids, and headed out to one of our favorite sushi places, fully intending to spend too much money in an attempt to celebrate this very bad news. This plan started to go bad almost immediately. It turns out that Thursday night was karaoke night at this particular sushi place. We nearly left right away, but we didn't. We decided that the crazy atmosphere of a karaoke night was more like the celebration we were looking for than a quiet restaurant would have been. But try as we might, we just couldn't find a way to celebrate stage 3B cancer. Yay, it's not stage 4. It just didn't feel genuine. So here we are, sitting quietly at our own little table, trying to be invisible. And if you know anything about me, you know I don't do invisible very well. Then this lady at the next table interrupts our private little pity party and begins badgering us to sing. Doesn't anyone over here know how to sing? Well, yes. We all sing. All the time, in fact. But we're just not in the mood. Not right now. Man, was she persistent. She would just not leave us alone. Then she noticed my hospital wristband and recognized it immediately. Aided, no doubt, by a couple of strong adult beverages, she violated all social norms and insisted upon knowing my situation. She was a formidable force to be reckoned with, and resistance was clearly futile. In my head, I may have shouted, "Back off and leave us alone," but in reality, I bravely retreated to the sanctity of the little boy's room. Upon my return, I found out that my wife had told this complete stranger about my cancer diagnosis, and that the hospital was making us wait more than 2 weeks before our next appointment to see radiology. And here is where it got a little weird. The lady had recognized my hospital wristband because she had just retired from that hospital, where she had been scheduling appointments for radiology for more than 17 years. She pronounced that a 2-week wait was just horrible. Then she promised that she would fix it for me. And as odd as this may sound, I believed her. I stood up from the table, picked up the microphone, and sang an Irish pub song. When I was singing, she went to the bar and bought me a shot of Irish whiskey. When I had finished my song, she handed me the drink, assured me once again that everything was going to be okay. I drank the whiskey, and I believed her all over again. The next thing you know, everyone else at our table is taking turns singing karaoke, and our family and new friend celebrated our bad news together. The next day was Friday. Our new friend and I exchanged a couple of text messages. Then she called me to tell me that I had an appointment for Tuesday of the very next week. I spent the rest of 2017 in and out of hospitals and other medical facilities. I was irradiated. I was systematically poisoned. I was cut up and put back together differently. It was the hardest thing I have ever done. And it was a blessing. And I am celebrating again. Over the course of that year, I learned so many things. And if you let me, I would like to share some of these things with you. The first thing I learned, that there are angels everywhere. You only need to take the time to notice them. And this angel was eating sushi and singing karaoke. Thank you for listening.